Hey there, beauties. Welcome back to my channel, A Fit Life Center, where I teach you small coping strategies to begin, continue, or maintain ways to create a life that's fit for you. My name is Sharon. I'm a licensed clinical social worker. Been doing it for years. I help people learn to either reduce and manage symptoms of depression, anxiety, trauma. But my jam, my thing that I am really passionate about now is the wellness. How do you create a life for you that works for you, that makes you your well-being sing, that makes you happy, right? That is what my practice is moving towards, because I believe that we are so used to managing problems, but we are not used to living well. And my goal is to help you live well. So with that being said, what are we going to be talking about this way, right? We're going to be talking about sleep. Let's talk about sleep, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things sleep can be. Let's talk about it. I cannot sing a lick, but I felt it in my spirit, so I did. All right, sleep. There is a such thing called sleep hygiene. Sleep hygiene is the best way of getting a good night's sleep. There are some concrete things that you can do, right? Because sleep, part of sleeping is habitual, things that we do in order to create the best chances of getting a good night's sleep. As you know, I talked about it in my last video and one before that, going through menopausal symptoms. One of the things that has negatively impacted is my sleep, which, by the way, it keeps getting better. So I think that hormone replacement estrogen cream, I think it is working. More on that later. But we're going to talk about sleep hygiene, right? So how do you help yourself get a good night's sleep? There are some things that you can do. I have my laptop open over here with some notes. So if you see me glancing over, that's all I'm doing, is just checking out my notes, right? The first thing you want to do is set a sleep schedule. A time that you are going to go to sleep every night, right? So that it gives you the best chances of getting at least 6 to 8 hours of sleep, right? So, for instance, you should go to bed around, say, your sleep time could be 9 p.m., right? So you want to have that regular time of going to sleep. And then the hour before that, so if your bedtime is at 9 p.m., at 8 p.m., you want to start setting the scene for sleep, right? If you're a person that likes to take a shower, you're going to put on your nice, clean, cool pajamas, right? Especially if you are having hot flashes, girl, get you, or some night sweats, get you some cotton pajamas so them suckers are breathable. Cause all that polyester, you're gonna be hot, girl. It's hot and sweaty, and you're probably not gonna smell too great in your lady parts. I'm just saying, keep it in 100, right? So you want to make sure that you are an hour before you're going to start getting ready for bed. You want to keep this same schedule every day of the week as best you can. I know life happens. Sometimes we go out on the weekend, we stay up later. Those should be the exceptions, but your routine needs to be the same because you're creating a sleep habit, right? So your bedtime, the time that you want to be in bed by, an hour before you start getting ready for bed. Shower, pajamas, face, brush your teeth, all things. You want to avoid caffeine, right? Especially caffeine later in the day. I like tea, occasionally coffee, but I drink it by 8:30 at the latest. I don't drink caffeine after like 11 o'clock. For me, that's my cutoff, because if I drink it any later than that, I'm gonna be up all night. Some people can drink it at noon or 1 and still go to bed. But I would err on the side of caution, because caffeine can stay in your body for up to 10 hours. So if you drink caffeine at 12, right? You could be up a whole nother 10 hours before you even start to feel tired. So you want to limit your caffeine intake to in the morning to increase your chances of getting good sleep at night. Avoid napping as best you can. Now look, if you're like me with the insomnia, sometimes you're gonna have to catch an afternoon nap. We're gonna be realistic about that, right? But if you get into the habit of napping in the middle of the day and you're sleeping an hour or two, you are going to reduce the chances of you sleeping well at night. If you're going to take a nap during the day, probably limit it to no more than 30 minutes so that you don't go into a deep REM sleep and then disturb your sleep at night. Take rest, sit down, relax, but maybe avoid the naps so that you can increase the likelihood that you will sleep at night. Use your bed only for sleep and sex. But sex isn't the only place. Your bed isn't the only place that you can have sex. You heard it here first. All right, so you want to associate your bed with sleep. Don't take work in there. I used to do that all the time. I would take my laptop and be doing work in there. I don't do that anymore because somehow my bedroom became my office, and that was not cute for sleep or sex. Just saying, right? So you want to make sure your room is conducive to sleep. Soft lighting, make sure it's cool in there. Make sure your bedding is cool and clean, right? So that it starts to cause your body to recognize that when we're in this room and we get in this bed, it's time to go to sleep, right? The other thing, avoid getting on your phone. Don't do it, because that light from I thought I had my cell phone around here, but I don't. That light from your phone can keep your brain awake, right? And if you're scrolling on social media or whatever, social media goes fast, right? To keep your brain awake, to keep you stimulated. You want your body to start to recognize that it is time to chill, to relax, to go to sleep. You can listen to some soft music. You can read something that's kind of boring. Do not read some romance novel or thriller it's a page turner and now you're up because you want to read the very last chapter. That is not the book you want to read at night. What else we got? Just told you turn off the screens, right? Here's the other thing. Don't force yourself to sleep. If you've been laying in your bed for more than 20, 30 minutes, get up for a little bit. Go in another room, get some water, go out in your living room, read for a little bit, and then let your body relax, calm, and then go back and try to go to sleep. I was talking to my sister last week. This shirt is itching me, y'all. It's new. It's one of those wick shirts. I'm going to the gym in a bit. It's something in this shirt that's itching me. This one might be a no-go. But anyway, I was talking to my sister last week, and we were talking about the insomnia because sometimes she has some issues in sleep. I remember when I would be up all night with insomnia, I would try to stay in the bed hoping that I would fall asleep. By 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, I would be so frustrated that I either wanted to bust out crying or punch somebody in the face. I don't know who I wanted to punch in the face. Just somebody, because I was so irritated. So get up, fold some towels, do something that's kind of boring that's going to induce sleep, right? But don't do anything stimulating. Don't go out in your living room and start watching, you know, the thriller movie that you've been wanting to watch. Because what are you going to do? You're going to force yourself to stay awake until it's over. So you want to stay out. When you start to feel a little tired, then go back and get in your bed again. Also, your diet plays a big role in your ability to sleep. So as best you can, try to eat a healthy diet full of fruits and vegetables, whole grains, things like that. I just recently read a study that said that bananas and cherries have natural melatonin in there that might help you sleep. So maybe like if you're going to have a little snack at night before you go to bed, maybe have a half a banana or a little handful of cherries. That might help you sleep. So these are the things that you can do to help yourself possibly get a good night's sleep. Again, if you've done all these things and it's still not working, remember, I am not a medical doctor. I am a therapist. I can teach you sleep hygiene, but you need to go and see your doctor if your sleep is off. Because remember, I told you I wasn't sleeping for weeks. I go to my doctor and then I find out that I don't hardly have any estrogen, and that's why I can't sleep. So these things help you sleep, but if you think there's something going on with your body, please by all means go and see a doctor. That's all I have for you today. Short and sweet. And thank you for all the people that watched the menopause video. I really appreciate it. It got a lot of views. I got some new visitors. Hey y'all, hey, I appreciate you. Welcome to A Fit Life Center. I hope you find what I'm talking about here helpful. I usually try to post on Thursdays, but sometimes with my work schedule, it doesn't work. But I do the best that I can to give you some free information. All right, as I always tell you, I hope you have a great rest of your day. But most of all, I hope you have a life that's fit for you. See you later.